Hi, collective. So this is the energy for the week. I opened up my phone as I was meditating on things, and I opened up my phone, and the time, as you can see on the, I think I'm going to put it as the cover for the video, and the timer on my phone said, well, the time actually said 12:34. And my screen picture says relax, it's your time, right? And for me, that's really personal because I tend not to relax. I tend to be very uptight, and I'm learning day by day to relax. Like, it's okay to relax, right? So when I saw that it said 12:34, in the numbers, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, which is stair step, and it's stair stepping in the right direction. And then the percentage, I ended up screenshotting the percentage, and it says 75%. So instantly the message came to me that the collective, we are going in the right direction, and we are 75% there. But there are some things that keep us from, that's been keeping the collective as a whole, and I say us because obviously readers are a part of the collective as well, and a lot of things keep us from moving forward the way that we should. So I talked to spirit, I talked to the collective ancestors and angels, and this is what they came, this is their answer. And I'll talk a little bit more about this, but when these two came out, I instantly knew what it was. So I told spirit, like, I need the collective ancestors and spirit guides, because we need to, and it's, whichever one falls out, it's going to fall out, and it's going to be upright. If it's not upright, I'm turning it upright, because whatever this, I know what this is, and I will talk about this more, but that was the problem, and we'll get to that soon as well. So here's our energy. We are with the wand here. We are checking our energy at the door, and it seems like a lot of energy, right? So attachment in reverse, action in reverse, financial constraint upright, the sixth chakra, which is your third eye, is upright, and the magician in the mirror is upright. But you also have anxiety upright. So the overall energy is basically this. We are, as a collective, learning to get rid of what we have attached ourselves to. Soul attachments, physical attachments, things that have really, like, we've attached ourselves to things. We've actually attached ourselves to a mask. And some of us attached ourselves to personas that we aren't even, like, nothing alike, nothing near. We've transformed and became something for other people that we just were not. And so now we're in a habit, we're not in a habit, we are in the energy of detaching things that have held us back. So with energy, with not energy, with action in reverse, it just means that some people with attachment in reverse means you've already started the process of detaching yourself from the constraints that have held you back. So action being in reverse does not mean that there is no action. You already taken action. The issue is it's slow action. You keep pulling yourself back. You keep wanting to go forward, but you're pulling yourself back. But you're going forward just in a slower, remember, keep in mind that 1, 2, 3, 4, you're stair stepping, right? You're going in the right direction. You're going in the right synchronicity. You're 75% there. You just got to hold on. Some people might feel like they can't get out of the job because of financial constraints. You might feel like you can't get out of the place that you're in due to financial constraints. And then some people, even with financial constraints here, it might seem like somebody just does not value who you are in their life. So therefore, you're slowly taking action to better yourself in a position, to put yourself in a better position And with the third eye, like you're not seeing, you're looking beyond what your natural eyes can see. And with this anxiety here, I feel like you see that whatever it was that you have attached yourself to that's hard to break free from, you can tell that it did not serve you. It does not serve you. It does not honor your value. And that's what's leaving you in this anxiety. But the fact that you have the Magician and the Mirror, you know that you can reflect this magic that you have within inside of yourself. And that's what's causing you to go forward. Because every single time that you feel like you're slowing down, the magic in you awakens and you're able to go forward just a little bit further, just a little bit further. You're not 100% there, but you're also not 50% there. So you have to honor that 75% because you need to honor what it took you to get to that 75%. It does give you anxiety. It does keep you up at night. It does cause you to talk to yourself. And then for some people, it might cause you to look for outside vices like drinking, and you might be smoking. For some might be overeating. For others, it might just be indulging in adult extracurricular activities, but not safely, right? Anxiety can cause you to do so much. Some people might start needing to talk to somebody, and that's fine. That's actually really good. So you have the Sun in reverse here, which means it's actually perfectly an alignment. Like this is what you're feeling. Like it's a little shadow for you right now. You are detaching yourself, but it don't feel good. You are detaching yourself from the things that have held you back. And for some people, what's holding you, what once has held you in attachment was costing you a lot of your finances. You put a lot of finances into your job, into your career, into a relationship. You did a lot, right? Nobody can take that from you. But you knew within your third eye, and you tried to make it work, but you can't. So it's leaving you in a dark place. And for some, the anxiety is just a little bit too much. And with this arrow in reverse, you don't know which way to go. And so when I saw that, I said, oh no, Spirit. I said, this is a lot of energy. And so nobody knows which way to go here, right? We know we are going the right way with 1, 2, 3, 4. We know we're stepping in the right way. We know you put in my spirit that we are 75% there, right? But what happens when it's dark and we don't know which way to go? What happens when it's dark and we can't get out of our head enough to go that step further? Every step counts. What happens when it's dark? We've exhausted all of our opportunities that we can, and we still end up in some type of a hold, right? So I asked God for another card, and I said this card needs to be upright. This card needs to be the next step. And it took a minute for this card to come out because I was not stopping. I'm like, you got to give me a card. And this is what came out. And it came out to be brave and to be honest. And that tells me that with this Knight here, which is ironic because when I split, okay, so look, hold on. This is what I also meant to say. When I had, where'd my paper go? Because I wrote it down. When I split the deck on energy, to do the energy, Storm Warning was in reverse and Cornucopia was upright. And I really didn't understand when Cornucopia was upright, but then so was Financial Constraints. All the way up until I just got to this. And now I remember, please excuse my nails, but that's it. So when we got to Tarot, this is what made me remember that I wrote something down. When I got to the tarot cards, I split the deck again, and the Knight of Swords was upright, but the Eight of Wands was in reverse, which really was this card, like literally this card. With the Knight of Swords, you have a desire to reach out to somebody. You have a desire to reach out to, this is you need to express yourself. You need to express yourself to, whatever it is that's holding you up, that you have high anxiety about. Maybe you feel like this person won't be with you because you have certain financial issues going on. Maybe you feel like this person won't work with you because you're not where you want to be, and you feel like they're thinking you're moving at a slower pace because they got what they needed. But you have to understand this. A lot of people were not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. There was no divine inheritance that was given to you. A lot of people are literally doing this as a lotus flower. You are getting it literally out of the mud. Like, you feel ashamed sometimes. You feel like people are watching you. You feel like people are laughing at you. You feel like you are stained by life, but you're actually blossoming and blooming, right? And with the 8 of Wands in reverse, that means while you have a desire, you have the desire to come to somebody with the Knight of Swords upright, and you want to come in and you just want to lay it all in front of them. But with the 8 of Wands in reverse, that's stopping you from moving. That's slow movement. That's slow communication coming in. Even though you are successfully detaching yourself from what held you back before, this type of situation, I feel like, let me not. I really think, and I apologize to Spirit if I'm stepping ahead of myself. I really feel like this is a breakup. I feel like this is a breakup that you went through, and I feel like you are trying to go towards someone, but you can't get away. You're learning to detach from this person, but you're taking very slow action because you don't feel like you're where you need to be all the way around to go towards somebody. And I just really feel like that. I feel like with this rose right here on this mat, that you really want to extend a rose to somebody, whether you are masculine or feminine or in the LGBTQIA community. Even if you're in that community and you feel like people are going to judge you, the only one you need to worry about is the person that you want to extend that rose to. So, okay, now that I finished my little spiel here, in the tarot, there's a lot of conflict. And a lot of this conflict is mental conflict. Because nobody is fighting you here. Like, nobody. Nobody. There's no deceit nowhere. There's nobody fighting you. It is literally you and you. That's it. It's you against you. You versus you. It is literally you versus you. So, when this came out, I knew immediately between anxiety, slow movement, and the Magician in the mirror, this conflict, this is mental conflict. This is you in your head. You keep fighting and battling yourself. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I approach? Do I let it be? Do I go forth with this new job? Do I stay in this city? Do I stay in the state? Do I travel abroad? Do I ask them to marry me? Do I walk away from this relationship? What is it that you feel that you need to do? Because as you want to detach yourself, it feels like something always comes up and really makes you feel like, you're tired. At the end of the day, in the beginning of the next, you are tired. You have done the absolute best that you could do, and you're tired. Like, you're not getting any sleep. You're not getting any rest. You're always in your head. Something's always coming up. It was just 1:11 on the clock when I said you're always in your head. So God wants you to know right then and there that He sees that you're struggling right now. Spirit understands the universe is spinning in your favor. You just don't know which way to go. But you're being asked to be brave, to be honest. If there's something you need to end, you need to go ahead and end it. You are almost there. This is going to sound like a very strange request, right? especially for adults and especially for any masculines out there, even in masculine energy, right? That you're probably like, I do not want to listen to that. But I promise you, you need to. Listen to Princess and the Frog, Almost There. Literally, listen to that song. Listen to it once and just listen to it. Then listen to it again very quietly. But then listen to it a third time with a deeper understanding. Because the first time you're just going to be listening to it. The second time you're kind of going to hear it. But then the third time it's going to start setting in what she's actually saying. You've crossed the river and you've climbed the mountain. And you're literally almost there. You're almost there. So justice is coming. You know, everything is going to balance itself out. Everything is going to be fair. You know, things that need to be cut out, this sword is going to cut it out for you. Like this, like you did it yourself. You already started detaching. You've already used that sword to detach yourself. And you're mentally struggling with, did you do the right thing? Did you make the right decision? You did. You did. And it's probably not going to feel good. But you have to do this for yourself. This is a you thing. Balance the scales out. Be fair about it. Like, you know for yourself if you moved correctly. You know for yourself if, you can be fair. If this is a situation where you are in the midst of a breakup and you're really tired and you can't do this anymore, be fair as to what was the cause of it. It doesn't need to be equal, because a lot of times some people just don't do anything and nothing comes from it, right? But don't put blame where blame doesn't need to be. So I see with the Two of Wands, the way that I'm reading this, right? And there are thousands of other readers that read these cards differently. I read them intuitively. And based on the whole reading, you've given this a lot of chances. You've seen value in certain relationships. And you've waited. This card came out on the side and I left it there. Because you waited a very long time for your ships to come in. You've waited to build a stable foundation. You've saw, a lot of times we see in things, right? We're trying to be fair. We're trying to be justifiable. But it leaves us in our head, because a lot of times we see situations for what we know, that what we believe for them to be. And a lot of times we don't really look at it for what it is. And that is something that will keep us in our head and keep us in constraints, and not necessarily financial as in money, even though that too, but a lot of times it will cause us to diminish our worth. Is it worth? Oh, look, remember I told you when I split the deck, it was storm warning in reverse, right? And there's a storm going on behind her. There is a storm in your head right here. There's a storm in your head. There's thunder going on. I feel like you need to be brave, you need to be honest, and you need to be open with the next move that you're going to make. Because this next move that you're going to make, this is somebody that can help you. This is somebody that either they're extending flowers to you, or you are extending flowers to them. You are telling them how much you appreciate them, or somebody is coming in to tell you how much they appreciate you. You have to read this the way that, it feels to you. For some, you're coming in like, and this is the Six of Cups. This is nostalgia. This is somebody that you've always been able to talk to. This is somebody that you've always been able to open up with. This is somebody that you can easily be yourself around. This can be anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a relationship. This could be, your parent. If you went through some things where you were slow moving in action, and sometimes it left you in your mind, and you got a little bit too attached to certain things and kind of got in the dark about a lot of things. And maybe you've said some things to other people that you should not have said, and maybe it's now time to leave what you thought was wish fulfillment. Like, you thought you had wish fulfillment and it was not working. Justice is, what? Okay. This is what literally just came in my mind. Here you go. Overall message, followed by this, and then we're closing out, because this is what God wants you to know. Whatever happened in the past. And as much as I thought this was going to be something else, this definitely turned out to be something that feels like it is in a relationship, right? You are in the dark and you don't know which way to go because something in your past that you have detached yourself from has held you back, because you don't want to take another loss again. And you feel like whatever this situation is that you're looking at, it might cost you, right? But don't worry about somebody else's pockets. Talk to them. Ask them, okay, I really want to take this step with you, but not to be ignorant, not to be crass, not to be rude. Not only what can you do, what can you bring to the table, what is it that you would need me to bring to the table? Is it going to be fair? Because you're tired of battling. You do not want to go through the same situation again. That situation nearly broke you, left you in the dark, caused you not to know which way to go. God is stepping in because you decided to detach yourself from that situation. While you're moving slowly, God is already in the midst. The universe is spinning favor, like justice is being served. That detachment is already there. You're looking at your wish fulfillment, but you're scared to step in, so you keep halting back. You're calling them in, but slowing it down. You're calling it in, but slowing it down. This is somebody that you really want to extend your cup of love to. This is somebody that you want to extend your cup of gratitude to. Somebody that you should be apologizing to as well. Because a lot of times, you could be holding your person back. People don't understand that. Here's the King of Wands here as well, and that is the last card. The King of Wands is very passionate, very open, very honest, also very sexual, but in a good way. Now, if he was in reverse, we would have to take a step back. Even if you are in feminine energy, this right here is king. This is your masculine energy, and you are in the King of Wands. You are very creative. You are creative. You know what to do. And even if you did something before that caused them to look at you like differently, fix it. Don't even look at this anymore as being in your mind. Looking at this now, look at this as ways to repair what has happened. And again, please don't get triggered. Good grief, because a lot of people do get triggered. Final messages from Spirit. Oh, now I did not touch that, but mending was in reverse, as you can tell. As soon as I moved the cards, mending flipped right to the side. So even during this, you have already started. Even some of y'all listening to this reading got this far and thought about it. You know what? I do need to mend something. I do need to go back. That is a sign of maturity. That is a sign of I'm willing to work with this. I'm willing to clean this up. I've already detached from what used to hold me back before. I might need a little bit of time, and that's okay. You're 75% there. It's not a rush. It's not a race, right? Take a break. But after this, and look at this right here. This is Unfinished Symphony in reverse. And I'm going to tell you. I really want to pull one more card just for clarification, but I'm hearing no. That's it. You will lay this entire situation to rest, and you will possibly lose, because whoever this is, they are on the other side and they are tired of this song and dance. And with mending, if you look at this, 5 times 2 is 10. and you have 10 here. And 10-10 is a sign of endings and beginnings and moving along. If you don't feel like you can mend anything with this person, if you feel like you might have went too far, you might have said some things that you didn't mean, and you're taking too long to get there, and you want to stay in your head instead of being open and honest, they are telling you right now, be open, be honest. Because this person on the other side that you really want to go towards, they're done with this song.